and welcome back to Austin Talks, where today we are covering the Modern Family series. Now, I have done Big Bang Theory, I have done Modern Family. And this one, let me go back. I've done Big Bang Theory, I've done Young Sheldon. So this episode, oh my god, I'm all over the place today. This video is in regard to Modern Family, a very good series. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So if you watch those videos, you'll know we start off with a bit of a review. Now, season 1 was really slow moving, but it did give a bit of context to Jay's relationship with his kids and everyone else in the actual series. Like when I see his kids, I mean like Claire and Mitchell. And two of the main key points of this series are the personalities of Alex and Haley, and Cam and Mitch's newfound struggle. Now, Cam and Mitch's struggle is obviously their new baby Lily, and then Haley and Alex's newfound struggle is their relationship and having to actually be a family and work together. Now, this season does revolve around these plot points in many different aspects, but to be fair, Lily is a minor focus. Up to season 3, she does become season 3 is when she pops. I mean, it's the first 5 episodes we get a really good understanding of Lily, and it doesn't flow too well through season 1 and 2, but season 3 is when she does really start to shine, and it's when she gains the ability to talk and stuff like that. Now, season 2 did have very similar tones when you comparing to season 1, to be fair, but it does really show what they are like as a group, and it does get more in regard to Mitchell and Claire's relationship, with the ending episode being on Jay's birthday, and then they trying to recreate the childhood image. Now, this season also shows the outright insanity of Claire when she tries to catch a car going through the neighborhood. And I will agree, yes, it was going a bit fast, but I doubt that it would have actually hit, they would have hit someone if they were walking. And if they were walking, you would definitely stop. At least I think. But the season also shows Mitchell's determination to get another job, because he is he's a workaholic. He likes working. He doesn't like staying home, but Cam does. And also, I've just realised that Cam does look like he's missing a tooth with the Claire eye in it, and it's funny. And it is a frequent plot point in Mitch and Cam, and that they are doing the things that they hate to please, just to please each other, when actually they're just feeling the same way. So it's called the art of talking. People talk to each other, and then you know what will happen. And obviously, yes, I understand some of the conflicts. They don't want to talk about the stuff because it can get it can get heated, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Season 3 was a really good series season to me. Now, the beginning of the season hinted at the possibility of Cam and Mitchell adopting another child, and a boy in this case, because obviously they had Lily. Now, and throughout the whole season, we led up to the final episode with the documents and meetings and all the ending scenes where Mitchell was annoyed with everything that happened, which I thought was it does really bring us in with a sense of emotion, which is why I think this actually affects a certain type of audience. And this season also delves deeper into Dylan and Haley's relationship, because obviously that's an on and off thing during the season. Series, and I do think at this point it is something that does get a bit more serious, because Dylan is more mature and Haley's getting to that age where she's maturing, but as much as Claire is overprotective, Haley does know what's best for her at this time. Yes. Joey. Good old Joey. I like Joey. Now, welcome Joey to this world. Now, this season we are introduced to the little baby Joe, or Fulgencio Joseph Pritchett, a very sweet kid, and I like him. He's a mini me. And for the first 12 episodes, actually, I just said that, and there's something that happens in the series that is definitely not something I would do. So, 50-50. But it does really revolve around, like, for the first 12 episodes do revolve around, like, Joe and him being born, but that really is, it, like, ends with the 14th episode, like, when then it kind of cuts to Alex and Haley's relationship as, like, young adults, when and then, like, Haley goes to college, and then, oh yeah, 8 episodes later she gets arrested and kicked out of college. So, and I think that's actually some sort of, like it does character build that, like, what kind of a person Haley is, but, like, it's from this point on she does evaluate, like the person she truly is and what she wants to be. So I don't think, I mean, college is not for everyone, but I do think this sense of, as much as Claire and Phil think, yeah, like, what's it called? College is her direction. It's not, but it's not for everyone. Now this season, the dynamic duo of Claire and Jay is really formed when they join the workforce to join Jay's company known as Pritchard's Closet and Blinds. Now this season we are also introduced into a new Manny, known as Andy, one of the best characters in the series, and in this season that it does kind of revolve around the events of Mitchell and Cam as well. But, like, the introduction of Andy does kind of, like, flow in with the events of Mitchell and Cam, and the end being done, like, I love how the end's done in 2 parts, because it shows one of the effects on Mitch and Cam, and then the rest on how it affects everyone around them and how it affects the family, the whole family in that. And the second, the last thing I would like to mention is, like, the Australia episode. I really did enjoy the Australia episode, because it kind of showed, because obviously Phil's mum had died, unfortunately, at the end of the series, on the end of season 4, and they were left a load of money to go to Australia, and it actually, just some of the things that happened, I actually thought was actually a really cool thing, and it makes me want to go there now. I mean, it was like, going to Australia was never something that crossed my mind, but, like, after seeing that, I'd like to see a kangaroo. I'd like to see. I don't want to be stung by a jellyfish. Absolutely not. I would definitely also like to go on that, like, bridge thing. If that is actually still a thing, but it did look pretty good. I haven't looked into it, but it's just definitely something that I think would be good to see. Yes. Now this season is one of the only seasons where Alex and Haley actually don't fight, which I think is a very good step in the right direction. And they are, I mean, for the last other seasons, they have been at each other's throats. I mean, this season does revolve around Haley and Andy's connection, though, and, like, Haley and Andy were, like, a special company couple since day one, and they have, but like, it's just their relationship's so much better than Dylan's. I've never been a fan of Haley and Dylan, and the way that the season had ended was, like, really sad to see, with, like, him engaging to Beth, even though she's still even though she's, like, not actually a good person, and Haley still has feelings for him, but it didn't it did gently move into the events of season 7. I think it was, like, a direct continuation, and Alex did also graduate, which was another good thing. I like Alex's character, very good character, but that was the all that happened to this season, to be honest. And I'm not saying this because it was a bad season, but it did have frequent and constant storyline, which is something I do think is good in sitcoms. Season 7, now, as I said, this is a direct continuation of the last season, where Haley still possesses strong feelings for Andy, who is now engaged to Beth. Now, this season also delves into a lot more of, like, to Claire and Jay's revolving around the Pritchard's closets, when Claire tries to get to know the people there, but is, like, she ends up being unsuccessful. There are also a frequent control conflict between Claire and Jay. Claire tries to take control, but Jay basically slams her down. But which was another thing that I think was a good implementation. Now, closer to the end, when it is, like, Haley and Andy, it is found out that he was offered a job in Utah, and this takes it like leaving Haley. Now leaving Haley alone, where with nothing, well, like with no one to. I mean, and you kind of knew, even though it says I'll come there and you'll come here, like we'll still be together. You know it was just not gonna work, which is why like in deep down this was a lot. It was a hardest thing to watch. This was also a very hard and uncomfortable, unfortunate event of the story, but it also was something that needed to happen in order for the storyline to like of emotion to continue, because emotion from season 6 and onwards is when like emotion really does start to kick in. I mean, season 3 is the first like time we actually ever see it, but season 6 is when it properly starts to kick in, that's for sure. I like how the season starts off with the Dunphy family in New York, and then the whole sneaking around and sightseeing in New York, which was a really something just had a really teenage adventure feel to me, and it is one of my favorite episodes of the whole series as well. During the season we were introduced to the Alliance, a group of non-Pritchards that do stuff under the radar in order so that the Pritchards don't get suspicious of their acts. Another highlight of the season is, if you ask me, is like one of that, because I think like that was a really comedic, and it only lasted for one episode. I think it could have lasted for a whole season, and it is during this season where we meet the news reporter, Rain or Shine, and his relationship with Haley. I think is actually another cherished one, but way better than Dylan's. But then again, that's not a high bar. But also like they are together, and I think that's a very good thing. But I also do like Phil and Rainer's friendship, because they met on set when Phil went to do a promotion for his real estate, and then met Ray. So very, very good if you ask me. Yeah, season. Now this is a season where you go back to Haley's original hairstyle, and this we start on the boat where they attempt to see the eclipse, and the eclipse is actually quite good. I've always wanted to see one. And this season we got a few celebrity cameos, one being Chris Martin and Terry Bradshaw, and it also does show the popularity of the show, leading to people wanting to cameo in it. That shows that oh, it's just such a good show. I want to go in it, so boost its popularity, but also because it'll be fun. And I think that's a good thing. And it's the same thing what happened in The Big Bang Theory with James Earl Jones and all that. Now, storyline wise, this season does jump around, and it doesn't stick to one common theme, which is it doesn't really matter. But the one the biggest theme is probably Haley's relationship with Arvin, basically an older version of me. I mean, the only thing, he is just basically an older version of me, but I want to be a theoretical physicist and do lectures and all this. And this season is high on the ranks, mainly because of Arvin. But it is still a good season. I like Arvin's character. He's in between Leonard and Sheldon, and that's where I lie on that spectrum. That's why I like them both. That's why I like him. Now, season 10 it does brace yourself for the kind of season it's going to lead into, which is the events of season 11. And this does really revolve around Haley and Dylan ending up back together, and then they have a baby. Now, the season is... the season is very a Haley season. I mean, a lot of them are. This one's mainly Haley season. But the best episode is when Claire actually accepts Dylan for the person that he truly is. And throughout the whole series, she has shown many signs of disapproval for the character, and in this season, we finally do get an acceptance speech from Claire. Now, the worst episode was when they had the wedding, because it was a nightmare, and the absolute now, when I say absolute crap show, you can put you can just replace the crap with another one. And an absolute crap show, but at the end of the day, they were the ones that got married, and so I guess, hooray, they got married. And they had kids, so everyone's happy. Now, this poster really does reflect a very common emotion. It is a sad season. But it reflects a common emotion out of the cast, how it is the last season, and sadness is very common. And this season was just a full-on roller coaster, to be fair. Haley had twins, Mitch and Cam adopted another child, and they get another house. Frank dies, unfortunately, and just a lot more. This season does really project a sense of family, like especially at the end with like episodes like Last Christmas. But this season is a true embodiment of family love. It shows even that's the best thing. Even in the poster, you have Dylan in it, showing how he is reflected as a part of the family. And while one kid's like while kids is one thing of like with the storyline and it's maturing and moving on with their lives, just the whole idea of moving and then having a new job does really project the family, a future and all that, which is one reason I really do like season 11. Now, there are many fan theories. I bet you there are. I went through many pages to try and find very accurate and good, what's the word? Fan theories. I found 4. And I remember how many websites I went to about in regards to fan theories from one family. I went to 13, and I came out with I came out with 4. One of them I did come out with, but I didn't. I didn't think it was a good thing to say on this on the channel, and so I've left that out. So technically 5, but like 4 that are okay. So let's just get right into it. One of them being Alex isn't Phil's daughter. Now it is no secret that Alex is way ahead of the whole family, but this probably the furthest from her is her own father. So you must ask the question, is she actually his daughter? Now there have been many times where Phil and Claire have had a falling out, so there definitely could be an instance where they fought and Claire met someone over a time period. This could resonate as she could have come back to Phil saying that the baby was his, but it actually isn't. So the next question is, who was it? No one will know, but definitely she could have been adopted in some way. But she's way ahead of the whole like family. That is absolutely for sure. Gloria's hidden talents. Yes, I agree with this. During the show, we find out that she had the ability to operate a puppet, like a ventriloquist. But it then leads to you to what other talents did she have? In the show, we learned that she can be ruthless in the sense that she could be a part of like a mob boss. Part of a mob boss? I think you mean a part of a mob, which could have been a way to where she got money when she left Javier. And yes, she did say that she had a part-time hairdressing job, but what was she doing with the other part of the time? Can you connect the dots now? Well, I imagine she was probably trying to take care of Manny, right? But yeah, I do get what you mean. She could be like a partial mob boss, even when she was with Javier, to be fair, or maybe before she had Manny. But yeah, she definitely got like very ruthless talents that definitely fits the role of a mob boss. So yeah, that could definitely be a bit the case. But she's a very mature and nice person now, very nice. And she used to be a saleswoman. She got money from chips and salsa. Oh, this is so funny. Could Cam be a spy? No. Before Cam and Mitchell adopted Lily, there is a possibility that he was a spy working undercover, never letting Mitchell know about this. But when Lily came into his life, he decided not to work, and this explains the fact that during season 1 he didn't fancy working, and it would make sense that Cam would want to stay with his daughter, just so it didn't raise any suspicion. Another way to look at it is that when he tried to go back to work, he struggled because he didn't know what kind of job to get, because he only knew how to be a spy. Luckily, he found a position at school. Similar work, don't you think? There's a fine line between a school, like vice principal, to spy. There's a pretty big gap there, I can't lie to you. So I don't know how that would be played out. But hey, I don't know. I no clue, not a clue whatsoever. Now this is the last theory. A possible extended family or universe. This is my favorite of all of them. Now the Modern Family universe is said to be more than just the family. In fact, it could include the universes of other sitcoms like Parks and Recreation and The Office. They all share a common comedic feel, and they are all modern day. You caught my drift yet? There is also some people mentioned, not shown, but mentioned that have the names that are from these shows. So this could definitely be the case. Yeah, there was. This was a theory that I saw roughly about 5 times because, and the other one was Jay, Jay from like Modern Family was the same as one from like Married with Kids or something. So yeah, that definitely could be the case, and yeah, that does make sense. I think an extended universe would actually be cool for like sitcoms. Have one universe that is so purely sitcoms, and yes, this very much could be the case. But what do you think, everyone? If you have any theories, let me know in the comments. Now that'll be the end of today's video. I'm actually really sad that I only found basically five Modern Family like theories. I definitely think that you could have more. I didn't have any theories of my own, but anyway. Well, other than that, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And we've got tomorrow. Tomorrow we have the first Austin Talks weekly news flash video coming out. So I hope you all enjoy that. Stay tuned for that. And Austin Cooks and Bakes is just around the corner. So obviously, again, stay tuned for that. So we've finally completed a complete week, and it's actually not as having a scheduled week so much easier. So yeah, other than that, everyone, I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.